Welcome to the Nutrition Collaborative podcast, where we cut through the noise, bust the myths, and bring you nothing but truth about health, fitness, and everything in between. I'm Alec Moore, dietitian, and each week we'll dive into what really works when it comes to achieving lasting health and fitness. No gimmicks, no BS, just real talk, real success stories, and a holistic approach to living your healthiest life. Whether you're here for practical tips, inspiration from real client journeys, or just to find out what's actually worth your time, this is the podcast for you. Let's break it down, get empowered, and focus on what truly matters for your health. Alrighty, my friends, welcome. Here we go again. Something very important that needs to be heard by a lot of folks who are attached to or identify as their condition, their disease, whatever they've been diagnosed with. And it doesn't have to just be like one thing, but you all know who I'm talking about. As soon as you have a conversation with them, they're immediately identifying as, I'm not first name, last name, I'm this, or I'm first name, last name, and I have this. They just identify as that thing or that condition, that illness, that disease, that autoimmunity, whatever it may be. And here's the problem with that. You are letting that condition have all the power. You are immediately giving up your own autonomy with yourself by identifying as it's going to reinforce negative self-talk immediately. It's going to have you internalizing certain stigma around the clock. It's going to give you a sense of being, stuck, being helpless, and like you are literally your condition. This can affect obviously your self-esteem, your health, on every level, your physical, mental, emotional health, your relationships, your work, your productivity, your career path, how your life ends up, literally every facet of your life. And I see it all the time. You hear it all the time. And it's okay to recognize, you should recognize and understand that, yes, I have this, but I am not this. You got to draw that fine line for yourself. So I want this episode to be about reclaiming your identity and separating yourself from your condition, knowing how to manage it, navigate it, have power over it versus the other way around. But here's the thing, you can get really caught up in it, right? Because these conditions or illnesses, etc., can kind of shape your life. They can shape where you go out to eat when you go out to eat. They can shape the environment that you live in, your social interactions with people, your daily routine. It can shape and influence all of those things. So it can get to a point where it feels like you are the condition because you are so conditioned to living that way by said condition. I would also say that identifying as something like that can help you find others who are also identifying themselves like that. So a sense of, support, a sense of community around this condition or illness, which can be very helpful for you and advantageous on your journey, but it can also come as a detriment if you don't separate yourself from it. And this is not going to be a flip of a switch thing. So I will like to share that. It's not just, you're not just going to wake up tomorrow and be like, yep, I've been my condition my entire life. And now because I heard this podcast from this dude, I'm healed and I don't have it anymore. It's not like that. It's going to take some time, just as anything good takes time to heal from. And I'll say detaching and healing takes time. So seek support on this, seek therapy on this. Don't try to do it alone. I'll recommend that. And with that support, I'm not just saying join a community that identifies themselves as that condition. I'm saying look for empowerment, work toward empowerment, not isolating in your own illness. So a community that supports not just the illness itself and how to combat it, but how to live for yourself, not the condition. I think it's also important to practice like consistent kind of checkpoints or check marks for yourself. Maybe it's weekly, where you have some sort of like visualization. If I can speak today, it'd be fantastic. Visualization of who you actually are with the condition completely out of the equation. Who am I? What do I love? What do I love doing? Who are my specific friends, my groups, my communities, and what makes me feel good on a daily basis as a human being, as first name, last name, myself? What do I enjoy? Is it sports? Is it art? Is it music? And dive into that and find empowerment through that, not through negative self-talk, rumination, and researching the internet constantly on, oh, I have this condition and this symptom, this symptom, this symptom, this symptom. Oh, it's because of my this, it's because of my that. It almost forces you to play like basically victim of that condition. And it's just not a good way to live. I've seen it so many times. And this is going to be an ever evolving thing. You're not going to overcome this today or tomorrow, but it's going to be ever evolving. But the sooner you learn that you are not the condition, the sooner you can be empowered and live your own life again. Now, if you're listening to this and you have any thoughts or someone who would benefit from hearing something like this, share it with them. And feel free to tell us your story. Tell us in the comments, tell us your story. Tell us what's up. And I'd love to hear from you on this because I think you are absolutely, if you are hearing this with the condition, you are absolutely deserving of living each day with joy and fulfillment. You don't have to be held hostage to whatever the condition is that you have. Remember that you are you. You are not the condition.